No longer a baby. Check out. Hello, everybody. Hope you're feeling. Hope you're feeling fine. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for liking my first video. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so today I'll be shooting an episode called Me and Nursing. Like, on this video I want to talk about how I found myself in nursing. Okay, welcome back. First of all, I'd like to state it officially that I did not get nursing on my first application. Like, no. When I okay, the basis, let's start with the basis why I chose nursing. So my grandmother used to be a nurse. May her gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Was she gentle? May her soul rest in perfect peace. My grandmother was a nurse, and I really loved that part of her. And she always told me, I want you to study nursing. I want you to do a degree in nursing, because she went to a school of nursing. She did not she did not do a degree in nursing, and she always told me, I want you to be a graduate of nursing. Very soon nursing is going to be the next big thing, and I want you to be part of it. So that is where the interest started. So when I wrote my first JAMB, LASU was supposed to start nursing that year, but I don't know what happened. They didn't start nursing that year. So I applied for medicine. Yes, in my first application I applied for medicine, and they were like, okay, if you want to study nursing, apply for medicine, and by the time the admission list will be out, it will be nursing would have been accredited, and we'll just move you guys to nursing and that. So that year I applied for nursing, and they shifted me to biochemistry. Well, I was not happy, and my daddy always has this thing of, he doesn't want any of us, because my daddy studied microbiology, doesn't want any of us to study any of those courses. He wants us to do professional courses and all of that. As at that time, my sister was studying, she already gained admission to study law, but something happened to them. Story for another day. Something happened to them, so they had to stay at home for 1 year. And me, that year, I just did biochemistry. I only did first semester. I didn't go back to write second semester exam, because as at that time I already gained admission. I already rewrote JAMB and got nursing. The day I saw my name on the list, it was exciting. Yes, it was so exciting for me. So that is where my nursing journey started from. My first year was quite rough, because the only reason I did not study engineering is because of mathematics. I don't know what happened to me. When I was in school, I used to be a good mathematics student, but when I graduated from secondary school, I don't know what just happened. Mathematics just became like, it was shocking me. My first semester of biochemistry, I think I had a 2, or maybe I even carried mathematics. I can't even remember what happened. So mathematics was like a scary thing for me. So when I got nursing, I was like, finally, I'm done with mathematics. Little did I know that I was just starting out mathematics. You needed to see the look on my face when they told us that we'll be doing Maths 171 and Maths 172 in our first year. That one, let me just tell you what happened in that time. So when we wrote the exam, that day we wrote Maths 171 exam. Man, that exam, it choked. That was the day I gave up on nursing. Like, be like saying, now this biochemistry, they go put me back. So I went to my dad's office that day. I was like, Daddy, that maths was hard. It was like, how hard? Can you score a 2? Because then the minimum grade in LASU was a 2. I was like, hopefully, sha. And my daddy is one person. He doesn't beg. My daddy works in LASU, but you would never see him going around to beg, because then I felt like my mathematics lecturer was like his friend. So I felt like maybe my daddy would follow me to go and meet him, that please, my dad, for year. But I never move one. But I said, don't worry. And that was just it. And when mathematics came out, I had a 2. That 2 looked like a 5. In fact, people were celebrating me that had 2. I danced more than people that had a 5. So that was just it. And having a 2 in that course really brought my GP down. Yes, also if I did not have a 2 in that mathematics, I should have made a first class in my first year. Yes, I should. So like that. But when I was coming into school, I didn't come with the mindset of I want to have a first class, or I want to have a second class, or I want to have a third. I did not even, me, I just wanted to go to school and have a degree. Although I was an A student, but a lot of things happened to me between the year I graduated and the year I gained admission. So somehow I was not just interested. I just wanted to go to school because in my family we used to go to school at that point, but I wanted to study nursing. So that was it. When the transition list was coming out, my name was number 18 on the list. I remember vividly. And my dad was like, they said they only pick 15. Hey, is this the end of my nursing journey? But I don't know, my daddy was just pulling my legs. Probably he wanted me to be more serious, because he probably saw the lack of zeal in me, saw that I was not very interested in the whole thing anymore, and he just wanted me to probably put in more effort. And yes, so that was it. I made it to LASUCOM. So I made it to LASUCOM actually, and that was the beginning of my nursing journey. 200 level, 300 level, 400 level. 200 level was very rough for me too actually, because that was the year that you'll be borrowing courses from different departments. Me, I just wanted to go and study nursing. Like, what is all these things people are doing? Just like, which one is anatomy and physiology? Please, push biochemistry, FMLA. I want to just do my nursing and go. So it was quite rough for me. I know saying this now, some people will say, she's lying. But honestly, no. I actually really struggled in my 200 level. I really struggled. And my GP went from a 4 points. I think I was on a borderline, maybe 3.6 or something. I was almost getting into 2.2. And that was just the point for me. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, what's wrong with you? I think that was the point. I had to wake myself up that, Taiwo, whatever is worth doing well. Just, you want to do this thing, just do it and do it very well. So after that, I moved on. My 200 level, I had one carryover. I had a carryover in anatomy, and that was just the turning point for me, because I've never failed a course in my life. And this is not even me lying. From my kindergarten to my senior secondary school, I never came third position. I never came third. If I'm not first, I'm second. I never came third position. So failing a course was like, that was where I was like, why would this happen to me? I went to my hostel, I cried, I bawled my eyes out, I cried, and I felt like, okay, if you want to really do this, you need to sit up. And one of my lecturers, she's a very good person. I don't know if I'm free to mention her name, but she called me down and was like, what's happening? Taiwo, you seem like a very bright student, and what's happening to you? And I didn't talk that day. I just cried again, and I went back to my hostel and I was like, you see this nursing, I must finish with a 4.0. And that was just the motivating factor. I knew at that point that first class was not more possible, because I was on a 3.6. How do I want to do it? So I knew first class was not more possible. But that 4.0, one person must get it, and that's me. So from my 200 level, I started making friends with people that could help me, people that were hungry for success, people that were not happy with their current CGPA. And I'm so grateful to my friends. I don't want to mention their names. So another day, I'm going to do a video about my friends and how they've been instrumental to my growth in one aspect or the other. So that was just it. 200 level was like the turning point for me, the point I decided that no, I want to be serious with my academics. So when I got to 300 level, remember I had a carryover from 200 level, I just felt like I'm not ready to do this yet. And that is one thing I want people to learn. When you make mistakes, you don't have to jump right into it like that. If you have time to heal from it, just let it be. If I had done my anatomy in theory, I would have probably failed, because I was still traumatized from how can how can I fail an exam? So I would have approached it with so much gra, and I would not have learnt what I learnt along the line. So my 300 level was like a breath of fresh air for me. That was when we started all our major courses, all our major nursing courses, maternal and child health. Maternal and child health was like my favorite course, yes. med surge and all of that. So like that, and 400 level I did it. I redid my anatomy, and I had a 60, I think 68 or 65 something, because I saw my score. Apparently they did not even upload it. Well, that was even a story for another day. Plenty of wahala happened with that thing. Like it almost cost me staying back in school safe. So 300 level went by. 400 level, I think that was when COVID struck. Was that when COVID struck? I can't even remember. I think COVID struck at the beginning of 500 level, so I can't even remember what happened. 400 level was like the turning point for me, because that was when we were doing a nursing courses major. I don't think we did any broad courses in 400 level, and that was when I started accumulating all the distinctions, 5, 5, 5, 5, 4, you know. And my GP came up, I think I was on 3.8 or 3.9, and I knew that yes, this is it. I'm going to achieve my aim before I graduate. And in 500 level, yes, I think I finally, yes, I made it to a 4 point. I graduated with a 4 point actually, and this is not me being proud. This is just me being vulnerable. This is just me telling nursing students, even any course you are studying, if you make mistakes in your first year, second year, please don't let it define the end. Don't let it define your graduating grades. You can always do well. You can. I always tell my mentees, like, 100 level and 200 level, whatever mistakes you make in those years, they count, but they should not count against you. Work hard. 400 level, 500 level, 300 level, you can still. 100 level and 200 just like arranging the blocks. 300, 400, that's when you are plastering the house, that's when you are painting the house. So you still have a long, any mistake that you've made along, any block that broke along the line, you can quickly patch it up with cement and move on with life. So that was just it. I finished 500 level. Yes, and what do you have noticed? I finished top 5 in my department. Yes, and that was just like, that was a big deal for me, because coming from number 18 to number, I think I was number 5, yes, was like a big deal for me, because I felt like, okay, I finally put my heart to something and I did it. So it is a proud moment. So I graduated from Lagos State University in 2021. I did my internship. In fact, I'm going to do another video about my internship tales. Internship in last week. You go see shege. So do I regret studying nursing? Absolutely no. Even when I was like going through a lot, like when I graduated from, when I finished my internship and the job search, I started looking for a job, and the offers I was getting was very ridiculous. And you'll be hearing people tell you that, maybe you just graduated 2 years ago, you don't want to learn. You better learn on the job before you start thinking about money. And I'm like, my daddy did not send me to school on credit. Like, why should I accept a ridiculous salary because I want you to be happy with me? So I did not still ever, I don't think there's ever a point I regretted. Like I said, I regret studying this course, because nursing has been, for me, nursing is a brand. For me, I've always used the baby nurse, but then baby nurse is no longer a baby now. Check out. Baby nurse is no longer a baby, so therefore, that is why when I wanted to choose my YouTube channel name, I felt like baby nurse. I did not want the channel to sound too cliche, like nursing. I didn't want it to just be like, what I want to be talking about is nursing, because I don't know anything like that. I'm not really this person that knows a lot of this thing like that. So it's not like I only want to be in nursing. I felt like I want to do other things. I want to have another identity, because for me, nursing has always been like an identity. People say, oh, baby nurse, oh, baby nurse. So nursing has always been an identity for me, and I felt like, let me just see if I can shift a bit. So that's just it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to make another video about how my traveling process, how I moved, the exams I did, the job application, everything. I'm going to do another video on that. Thank you so much. If you are seeing this page for the first time, please like my video, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. I love you. Thank you. Bye.